Dealing with toxic women, navigating relationships, family dynamics, and marriage with practical strategies and resources. Toxic relationships can deeply impact a man's emotional well-being, mental health, and overall quality of life. While toxic behaviors can exist in both genders, societal narratives often leave men at a disadvantage when seeking support or understanding in dealing with toxic women. This essay explores how men can recognize, address, and overcome toxic dynamics in relationships, family settings, and marriages. It also highlights resources and strategies for empowerment and personal growth. 1. Understanding toxicity in relationships. Toxic behavior refers to patterns of manipulation, control, emotional abuse, or actions that undermine another person's self-esteem and autonomy. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step toward addressing them. Some signs of toxicity in women, as perceived by male counterparts, may include emotional manipulation, using guilt, fear, or shame to control decisions; gaslighting, making someone doubt their reality or memory of events; excessive criticism, constantly demeaning or belittling the other person; possessiveness and jealousy, controlling actions or friendships; blame shifting, refusing accountability and placing blame on others. It is important to distinguish toxic behavior from occasional human flaws. Toxicity is marked by repeated and consistent patterns that harm another person. 2. Toxic family dynamics. Family relationships are foundational and deeply influential, but they can also become toxic. Toxic female family members, such as mothers, sisters, or extended relatives, can create challenging environments for men. These behaviors might include overbearing control, mothers or female relatives who attempt to micromanage or control every aspect of a man's life, stifling independence; favoritism or comparisons, creating sibling rivalries through favoritism or unfair comparisons; emotional blackmail, using guilt or threats to elicit desired behavior; boundary violations, ignoring personal space or limits, leading to emotional burnout. Dealing with toxic family members. Set boundaries, clearly communicate limits, and enforce them consistently. For instance, if a mother frequently criticizes lifestyle choices, politely but firmly request that certain topics remain off limits. Minimize contact in extreme cases. Reducing or eliminating contact with toxic family members may be necessary. This is often termed going low contact or no contact. Therapeutic support. Engaging with a therapist can provide insight into family dynamics and equip men with coping mechanisms. Lean on support networks. Friends, other family members, or support groups can offer perspective and emotional reinforcement. 3. Toxic romantic relationships. Toxic dynamics in romantic relationships can cause profound emotional harm. Men might struggle with societal expectations that discourage them from speaking out about abuse or manipulation. Examples of toxic behaviors in relationships include withholding affection as punishment, using intimacy or affection as a reward or punishment; dominance and control, dictating major and minor decisions, from finances to personal hobbies; verbal or physical abuse. This includes shouting, name-calling, or physical harm; exploitation, taking advantage of a partner's resources or generosity without reciprocation. Steps to navigate toxic romantic relationships. Acknowledge the problem. Many men may downplay issues, thinking it is easier to avoid confrontation. Recognizing toxicity is the first step. Seek open communication. Address the issues calmly but assertively. Sometimes partners may be unaware of their behavior. Consider therapy. Couples counseling can be helpful if both parties are willing to work on the relationship. However, if toxicity persists or worsens, ending the relationship might be the healthiest option. Build self-worth. Toxic partners often erode self-esteem. Activities that enhance personal growth, such as pursuing hobbies, fitness, or education, can restore confidence. Exit strategies. If the relationship is beyond repair, plan an exit strategy. This includes legal consultations if necessary, especially in cases involving cohabitation, shared finances, or children. 4. Toxic marriages. Marriage is a significant commitment that requires mutual respect and partnership. However, toxicity in marriage can stem from unresolved issues or pre-existing behaviors exacerbated over time. Toxic behaviors in a spouse might include undermining parenting efforts, creating division by opposing parenting strategies, or alienating children; infidelity or betrayal. Repeated acts of unfaithfulness can signify toxicity. Financial abuse, controlling or misusing shared finances without transparency. Emotional neglect, failing to provide emotional support, empathy, or affection. Strategies for dealing with a toxic marriage. Marriage counseling. Professional therapy can help address and resolve underlying issues, provided both partners are willing to participate. Documenting patterns. Keeping records of toxic behaviors can be crucial in cases where legal action is necessary, such as divorce or custody disputes. Strengthening independence. Building financial and emotional independence can empower men to address marital challenges without feeling trapped. Legal recourse. In extreme cases, separation or divorce may be the only viable solution. Consulting a divorce attorney early ensures that rights are protected during the process. 5. Legal and social resources. Toxic relationships often escalate into situations requiring legal or professional intervention. Men should be aware of the resources available to them, including counseling services. Many organizations offer individual or group counseling for men dealing with emotional or psychological abuse. Men's support groups, online and in-person support groups, provide a safe space for sharing experiences and seeking advice. Domestic abuse hotlines. Contrary to stereotypes, men can and do experience domestic abuse. Many hotlines and shelters provide support for male victims. Legal aid services. Free or low-cost legal assistance can help men navigate family court, custody battles, or divorce proceedings. Employment Assistance Programs, EAPs. Some employers provide confidential counseling and support services for employees facing personal challenges. 6. Personal development and growth. Dealing with toxic women is not just about managing external challenges but also fostering internal growth. Men can take proactive steps to build resilience, such as practicing self-care, regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep are fundamental to maintaining mental and physical health. Mindfulness and meditation. Techniques like mindfulness can help men manage stress and remain calm in challenging situations. Building healthy relationships. Surrounding oneself with supportive friends and mentors reinforces positive social dynamics. Pursuing goals, focusing on career aspirations, personal hobbies, or educational pursuits can enhance self-worth and provide a sense of accomplishment. Challenging societal norms. Societal expectations often pressure men to tough it out or dismiss their experiences of toxicity as trivial. This stigma prevents many men from seeking help or voicing their struggles. Combating this stigma involves advocating for change. Men can support initiatives that raise awareness about male victims of emotional and domestic abuse. Speaking out, sharing experiences anonymously or publicly can help normalize discussions about male vulnerabilities. Educating others. Promoting education around healthy relationships benefits everyone, regardless of gender. 8. The role of therapy. Therapy is a powerful tool in navigating toxic relationships. Therapists provide objective insights, coping mechanisms, and emotional support. Key therapeutic approaches include cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) helps individuals reframe negative thought patterns. Family therapy facilitates discussions to resolve family dynamics. Trauma counseling assists in healing from the psychological scars of prolonged toxicity. Men should feel no shame in seeking therapy. Investing in mental health is a step toward empowerment and recovery. 9. Empowerment through knowledge. Knowledge is a critical component in dealing with toxic dynamics. Resources such as books, podcasts, and online forums offer valuable guidance. Recommended books include Boundaries: When to Say Yes, How to Say No to Take Control of Your Life by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men by Lundy Bancroft. Helpful for understanding controlling behaviors regardless of gender. Codependent No More, How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself by Melody Beattie. Online platforms such as Reddit's mens.redpill.health or Our Divorce provide forums for shared experiences and advice. 10. Moving forward, no one should endure toxicity, regardless of the source. Men who confront toxic women, whether in family, relationships, or marriage, must prioritize their well-being and recognize that seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Building a life free of toxicity requires courage, resilience, and a commitment to personal growth. By recognizing toxic patterns, setting boundaries, seeking support, and prioritizing mental health, men can reclaim their power and foster healthier relationships. The journey may be challenging, but the reward is a life of authenticity, peace, and emotional freedom. This exploration not only emphasizes the importance of addressing toxicity, but also seeks to break down societal taboos that prevent men from acknowledging and addressing their experiences. The future should hold spaces where both men and women can equally seek support, justice, and mutual understanding in the face of toxic dynamics.